सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। You have seen there are two fundamental reasons to develop these virtues. One, the presence of these qualities facilitates your absorption of the knowledge that you receive. In the absence of these 20 or all these virtues, whatever we are going to see, you may receive the knowledge, but you can't use it. It will not be available to you when you need it. We all will be suffering the curse of Karna, one of the fascinating curses. The curse of Parashurama to Karna. I'm assuming you all know the story. Okay. If he would have said, forget all that I have taught you, from now you will not remember all that I have taught you, that would have been very ordinary curse. It is so interesting why Parashurama did not curse like that. You see, we all think, Parashurama got angry and then he shouted. No. Out of anger, you can't be thinking calculatedly and giving the curse. The curses of these masters. Remember, it's not just the fit of anger, they say something. Not like you shouting at the house. It's like they say. It's not like that, please. Fantastic curse of Karna. You have to think like that. He could have told him, very easy. What is it? You cheated me. You will lose all that I have taught you from this moment. And not only that, you will never be able to learn from anyone else also. Maybe what he can do, okay, if I lose from you, I'll go there. If I don't like your Gita class, I'll go to another Gita class. What is the problem, man? That's not the curse of Parashurama. See the beauty of this. At the time when you needed it the most, you will forget. Why he cursed? Why did he give a curse like that? At least I used to think about every curse. Every curse of all in the Puranas you will see. So many curses you will see. Right? So interesting to analyze. Why that particular curse to that particular person? Why not something else? Would have been much easier, no? You lied to me, lose everything. Would have been much worse, no? Imagine. Imagine, Parashurama would have cursed like this. Annexure to that curse. Not only you will lose all that I have taught you, you will lose if you try to learn from anyone else also. That's not the curse of Parashurama. He says what? When you needed it the most, you will not be able to remember anything. That means what? That means what? When you needed it the most, I repeat the statement. When you need it the most, you will not be able to remember. That means
knowledge is useless.
Forgotten the curse, his curse.
Again, I
And
repeat
keep
this statement.
thinking he has the power because it is helping him so many times, and then suddenly
I repeat.
He doesn't even know when he needs it.
You will not be able to remember when you needed it the most. That means
Every moment you need.
you will remember all other time. Correct? No? When you need it the most, you are not going to be remembering. Means rest of the time you are going to remember. And since you are going to be remembering it rest of the time, most of the time, you will assume what?
it will be there.
If you ever
See,
even need it.
it's there in my memory, man. It's there. I don't think, my guru has cursed me like that. Needed when I'm remembering all the time. What is the problem? Password. You'll remember all the time. Correct? Only when you go and stand in front of ATM after inserting, you'll forget. And the tragedy is what?
Card is also.
2 times you press wrong. 24 hours your card is blocked. Now what to do? And your the confidence you Karna had all the time. Imagine Karna would have forgotten all that is taught by Parshurama. What would be the scenario? Will he go and stand in front of Arjuna?
He won't even fight.
He will not even, from the beginning, not in the Kurukshetra war I am talking about. From day one, he will not be there at all actually. But the confidence with which Karna was able to tell Duryodhana, give me 1 day, I'll wipe them. Give me 1 day, man. Let me be the general. 1 day, I'll finish it. The fellow could not even stand 2.5 days. Finished. He is dead. Why? That's the exact curse of entire humanity. When in the absence of these gunas, these qualities, these virtues, you will learn everything from the Bhagavad Gita, from the scriptures, from everything. It will be available within your memory. You will be able to give fantastic, electrifying lectures, impressing everyone. But when you need it the most, it will not be available to you. Why? These virtues are missing. That is why we say you better develop these virtues, these qualities. You may say, I don't. That is why the problem for me, sir. Only if I gain knowledge, I have to need this virtue. No. That is why we all remain in ignorance, comfortable here. We are very happy. Maybe you have trouble with ignorance. We are very happy. Even then, we said what? If you want to enjoy life as human being, even then you need these qualities. So you better develop these qualities to live life and enjoy life as human being. Now today for you, enjoyment means stooping down to animalistic positions. All your entertainments is what? Any entertainment you have in life, all your entertainments is equals to what? Self-forgetfulness. Your entertainment is self-forgetting. Whether you watch TV, news, you can say Animal Planet. There also you are forgetting yourself. I don't take drugs, sir, but I watch TV. What is it? Self-forgetting. All the time forgetting yourself. That is what you call as entertainment. Party, blast music. Where do you put so much of music? The restaurants where you go now, they play music. No, why? Do you know why?
Hear each other.
Huh?
Can't hear each other talk.
You should talk softer than that. Which means, what are you going to listen to? There are 5 fellows sitting. How you will talk to each other? Chinese is the only. Can you pass me the salt? Can't even hear that. Huh? You're supposed to do that. Actually. Then you listen to music. What are you doing when you're listening to music? Are you aware of yourself or you forget yourself? Movie, 3 hours, you forget. Which is what? You're forgetting yourself means you are not conscious of what you are, who you are. That's a state of an animal. Animal is not conscious of what is happening around it. That is why tiger doesn't get a sin. When it strikes, kills, and eats, it doesn't have guilt. Why? Because it's not conscious of what is it doing. I'm hungry. My urge says I'm supposed to eat that. I eat that. It is instinctive. How much ever it is hungry, tiger will not say, let me have strawberries. Available. Banana. So many are there. Till I can spot one, I'll eat bananas. It will not. Why? It's not the conscious decision of a tiger that I'm going to strike, kill, eat. It's an urge. It just lives on that urge. When it is not hungry, that urge is not there. At that time, even if the spotted deer were to trip over a tiger, it is not going to do anything. It will not bother. It will not disturb. Remember, qualities. If you want to live life as human and enjoy life as human, you need these qualities. You need these 20 qualities. And he starts the list. Amanitvam. No manitvam. There's no that self appreciation. Constantly believing yourself to be something other than what you are. An exaggerated opinion about yourself. That is called manitvam. Opposite of that is amanitvam. Meaning you do not have any exaggerated opinion. That's all. It's not that you don't have any opinion. Immediately all of us think you should not be having any opinions. Middle point is what? 0. So don't have any opinion on anything. It's not that place. You do not have exaggerated opinion. That's it. You don't make it magnified beyond what is legitimate. That's called amanitvam. Yes.
So then using humility here
Yes.
may not be the right word, or are we defining humility wrongly? Because humility in general terms, we say it's, I'm very humble. It's kind of making yourself smaller.
Yes. Generally, that is how we have understood humility to be.
But it's
Here,
not-
humility is the humbleness, not pretending. Not the pretending humbleness. That's why the next quality he gives is unpretentiousness. To understand the next quality, adambitvam, it is translated as humility here. You see, no pride. literal translation he wanted to have. For actual translation, he wanted to go only word without any meaning to it. But why Krishna puts immediately following no pride as unpretentious? Next quality, adambitvam. So, which means the first quality has something positive in it. So, two negatives coming consecutive. So, what is the positive side of this humility? So, positive side of amanitvam is surrender, humility, which is a necessary quality for gaining knowledge. One side. Other side, it is an automatic quality once you have gained knowledge. You see, why it is translated as humility? It's not that he doesn't know Sanskrit. Right? Not because lack of language, please. That's why a lot of people say, now I want to study Bhagavad Gita, I'm going for Sanskrit class. You can go to Sanskrit class, you can be a scholar in Sanskrit, but still you will not understand a word of Bhagavad Gita. It demands a different training, not language expertise. Of course, that doesn't mean you got to have zero language. No, it's not the case. Just because you are an expert in language doesn't mean you can decode and understand what is presented here. So the 20 qualities he is presenting, why he is presenting these 20 qualities? These 20 qualities are a necessary things for you to gain knowledge. And Krishna goes one step further to conclude and say, presence of these qualities itself is knowledge. So, what is the consequence of this knowledge? These qualities. What is the first qualification for a person who has knowledge? Humility. So, there is no pride that I know. Of all that knowledge, pride that you can ever have, arrogance you can ever have, worst is the pride of the garva of knowledge. See, the arrogance that you have because of your position, the office that you hold. You retire next day, what are you? Highest service the fellow will do to you is what? After retirement party, the driver will take you and drop you at home. Next day morning, if the driver sees you, what is he going to do? Gone. Power goes, garva goes. Money goes, garva goes. Youth goes, garva goes. Knowledge, knowledge also goes, no? But the rate of erosion of knowledge is so slow. Unlike this wealth, power, positions, reputation, all these things, name, fame, and all that will go faster. The slowest thing that you will lose in life is knowledge, particularly when it comes to the spiritual knowledge. Much slower. You will not lose it. And since you hold it for a longer period of time, the chances of you to feel that arrogance of possessing that knowledge, the chances are very high. That is why the first quality he gives is Amanitvam. Don't develop this pride. No pride is, to put it positively, what is it called? Humility. Exactly like no hatred is what? Love all. No hatred to any being means loving all beings. But then you may ask, why they did not put it like that, sir, directly? See, it's only to trigger you to think. That's it. The idea is to make you think. So how do you develop this now? You see this upaya. Now what happens when you have it, sir? This exaggerated opinion causes so much of trouble. That's one thing. Second aspect is you need to understand how you have to deal with, how do you develop this quality amanitvam? Method, the effort. Because we have seen that earlier. Jnanam will not bring about change. Change in you will come only with conscious effort. Knowledge will not. Any amount of knowledge will not bring about a change, remember. You can't say, I'm going to study, I will become transformed. Transformation will not come through that place. Transformation comes only through conscious effort. So if you say that, yes, I want to develop this amanitvam, what is effort needed for this? A special effort. Specific efforts are needed for specific qualities. What is one specific effort, sir? First thing we understand here is all those things that seem to be with me is not mine. It is expressing through me. That's it. It's not mine. Or if it is processed by me, that is just a temporarily given to me for me to use it for whatever reason. So you have this knowledge, you have the talent, you have wealth, you have health, whatever you may possess. All this is what? Is not your glory. It is the glory of the Lord. The moment you understand this, you can never have this garva, amanitvam. One. Second thing you have to understand along with this is whatever you are possessing is temporary. Nothing is permanent. The wealth that you have is not permanent. It will not be there with you. There will be a time where you cannot even buy, you may have to apply for bankruptcy. Can't believe. That is why I have put all the money in the bank, sir. Bank itself goes closed. What you will do now? The health is important, sir. You see the strength. One virus enters your system, finish it. You got to crawl. You can't even stand up. That's the power. All that is temporary. So in all the Puranas, you will find this. Every story, you will have this Garva Bhanga. Everywhere you will find this Garva. Indra had a Garva, Arjuna had a Garva, this fellow had a Garva, that fellow had that Garva. Garva Bhanga. Destruction of that Garva. Somewhere down the line, every one of them will develop some Garva. Very interesting. Somewhere it will sneak in. That's why it is very, very important for you to Be cautious. The success should not contaminate. Be careful. The success should never contaminate the beautiful aspect of you, beauty of who you were before, what you were earlier. There is something beautiful about you. There is something nice about you. That dimension of your personality should not be destroyed, should not be killed because of success. It's called amanitvam. Then he gives this adambitvam. Damba, no damba, he says. Amanitvam is a mental quality at the thought level. Adambitvam is action level, physical, expression. You expressed pride, expressed vanity is called damba, dambitvam, ostentation. Adambitvam means no. There's no show off. There's no show off. You don't show off things. In the Shastras, warn us. If you show whatever certain things, you will lose it. You show off. How do you show off? People show off now. How do they show off? Dressing. It's called Vesha. Which brand? What? Louis Vuitton. I don't know why you people don't come for class like that. All of you come to class like, some beggars. பிச்சைக்கார மாதிரி வருது எல்லாம். So you go to wedding, how do you go? Huh? Do you go like this? And nobody's going to look at you anyway. How do you go? Suddenly you have a makeup and this one. Vesha. How do you show off, sir? Vesham. That Vesham could be anything. Vesham could be, one side, or it can be just is what? Rudraksha, beard, met locks. Bhajavedam, we say, Udharana Vittam Pahukrita Vesha. All this for what? For belly's sake. To fill your belly. Belly, don't think literally belly, please. When I talk about literal belly, it's not that. Belly is what? What is that?
Necessity.
It gets empty. There's an empty space there. There is an inner emptiness. To fill that inner emptiness, what are you doing? Bahukruta Vesha. Vesha. Bhushan. All the jewels, across. What is that? Where did you get this? Vesha. Then Bhasha, talking. You talk about, there are fellows, you tell them, oh, such a headache I have. Early morning, I'm just joking, okay, just an example. I started a headache today. Such a headache I have. Highly disturbing. Last week, I had toothache. My God. My grandfather, my father, some emergency, you say, this fellow say, you know my father? What happened? He's no more anyway. He had a heart attack in Kashi, took the train, sat in the train, came, and he calls and says, come and pick me up from the railway station. And specific instruction, come inside. Have heart attack. Let's go. Straight go to hospital, get it done. Wow. Immediately, that fellow will start what? You know my father? He had multiple fracture. What is it? Bhasha. This is called Bhasha. What are you have to pretend. You have to show off. If you have nothing to show off in a positive way, you show off with negative. Even your pains you have to show off. Pleasure, something you have productive, something nice you have in life, you show off. Richness you show off, there is a meaning. Poverty also you show off. I get a kick out of it. You mad. Not doing all these things is called a dambittu. No damba. Why do you do that? You are doing it because you are dependent on the opinions of others. You do not have a self-reliance. You are dependent on opinions, what others think about you constantly. You see, that weakness is there. And what you don't understand is all the time you are worried what they are thinking. And what are they thinking? They are also constantly worried what you are thinking. Neither you are thinking about them nor they are thinking about you. You are worried about yourself, he is worried about himself. Each one is worried about their own life. You need extraordinary objectivity to think, see around. You need objectivity to be observant of the environment where you are. You get a vicarious objectivity. When you go to a new place, you get a vicarious objectivity because it is new. That's why you go from here all the way to that place I go, this place I go. Same moon. Go to your terrace, you are going to see. Same sun. You see, no. A fellow will go all the way from here. Agum Bay. Just stand there and see the sunset point. Going down. Why can't you see that here? You need a new place. The moment you go to a new place, you will observe so many things. That doesn't mean your objective, please. Your strength of your objectivity is not to be judged in the new place what you do. In your familiar place, how alert you are, how aware you are. Just because you are aware of it doesn't mean you are an objective person. Okay. Maybe you are an extroverted guy. Constantly saying, what is he doing? What is he doing? What is he doing? What's happening here? What's happening there? What is he talking? As extrovertedness. This is not extrovertedness also. Such a fine quality. You slight slip, you are in another trouble. This one trouble, that one trouble. So he says, don't be dependent on opinions of others. That doesn't mean you don't care for anybody's opinion. You see, immediately what you do is you go to other extreme. What is it? I don't care. Who cares about opinions of others? You live for yourself. You cannot live for yourself. Not possible. Only thing you will say is what? I don't care for the opinion of that particular group. That group of people, I don't care. There's a constant thing you will find always between the parents and the kids, youngsters. They have the debate. The parents are going for arranged marriage. These fellows say love marriage. They say arranged marriage. They say first thing we see is are they in my belong to our community? Why, sir? That's how relationship is maintained. No, relatives are there, right? Yes, sir. Who cares about the relatives? You see them once a year. Some of them, my sister's wedding only, I got introduced. One lady came. She comes and says, "I am your aunt." I said, "Oh." That's all. After that, I have never met her. She came for my sister's wedding. My sister is about 30 years over now. 30, 35, sorry. 30 years over. Where is he? Where is that? I have no clue. Are you going to be dependent on their opinion? Who cares about them? Who says that? This side. You don't live. Same Vedanta, they will also talk. You don't live for their opinions. You live for yourself. Let their friends desert them and leave them and go for one movie and see what happens. Appo theriyum. The group where to leave these guys and go for a movie, you will know what is the condition of their don't care about others' opinion. Remember, each one of us have got our own group, which is what we call as herd instinct. You are dependent on the opinion of that herd, whatever the herd is. Your herd can be this, your herd can be that. Only difference is I belong to a different herd, you belong to a different herd. That's all it is. Therefore, it's easy for me to say, I don't care about opinions of your herd, but I am so affected by the opinions of my herd. There, what I have to do? Pretend, ostentation. Exaggeratedly, you show things, show off to impress this group. That is why these people always have which party is bigger. Whose Diwali party is bigger? There's a fight. Like in those days, we used to have that fight, in front of whose house we had maximum, crackers. So in the afternoon, when everybody is resting, we will go to the neighbors and bring all that and push here. Okay. See, my house. We have done more crackers than yours. Damba. Damba na Diwali crackers. No damba. Adambittu. What is the effect of this? Yes, sir.
Accepting compliments is also not right.
Accepting compliments from whom? For what? Who compliments you? For what they compliment you? If someone were to compliment you for the effect, we understand what? It's collective. If someone were to compliment for your effort, hey, how many of us appreciate the child studying on the day? They study. How many of us appreciate that? Vis-a-vis the appreciation that you give to a child when he gets marks. When the mark sheet comes, you appreciate. Wow, very good, yeah. That's it, my boy. See, effort all. We don't. How many of us sit next to the child and appreciate him struggling to solve the problem? He struggles and struggles and struggles, gives up. Again, he takes it up and says, let me try again. When he is irritated, when he is taking it up to solve it, how many of us go and give that appreciation? for what we appreciate. See, if you immediately ask these two questions, you can never fall for this false appreciation. Oh, sir, you are a great man. You are doing great service. You are a very good person. You are such an important. No, none of you say that. I am telling myself. Right? All this. Who will say all that? Huh?
They want something from you.
Something they should have got from me, or they should be expecting something from me. When I'm talking, I'm just talking whatever comes. Okay? As I'm speaking, those of you who have learned something from this, benefited from this class, will say what? What a service you are doing. Those of you who get offended by whatever I say will say what? This guy talks about humility. Lacks, absolutely. I have not seen anyone more arrogant than height of arrogance. But then he says what? Lectures on humility. Why? One fellow is criticizing me, another fellow is appreciating me. What is interesting, sir? Both of them attended same class. Isn't it? Same class. One fellow is appreciating, one fellow is criticizing. What I have to understand immediately, neither that appreciation nor that criticism has got to do with my class. It is to do with what? If you are benefited, you will say appreciate. If you have been hurt, you will say what? Something wrong. So it has got nothing to do with me. It's to do with what? Whether you feel the benefit or you feel hurt. It's to do with your feeling. It's got nothing to do with my feeling. Therefore, whether you give your certificate or you throw criticism doesn't make any difference. Should not make any difference if you have knowledge, if you have understanding. If you lack understanding, what will happen? When you appreciate, I'll be elated. When you criticize, with extra enthusiasm, I will come and take a class. When you criticize, what happens? How much I have done to these people. You too, Bruti. Then fall Ishwaran. Because you are Brutus, that is fixed. I am not a Caesar. That at all we don't care. Say what is the point? Why all this? Is only because of not understanding. Have a realistic understanding. No show off. If you have this quality of damba, what is the effect of that first? The first casualty of dambitvam is you lose the real legitimate respect that you are due for. If you are qualified for X amount of respect, even that X you will lose. It's legitimate. You are supposed to get it. You deserve it. You deserve to be respected. You deserve to be appreciated. You are deserved to be associated. Right? You are fit for all that, but still you will not get it. Why? That's the damba. Dambitva. First thing that happens when you have this dambitva is this. And Damba, not only it does this external, internally there is an impact for that. Damba. That is, once you start showing off the qualities that you possess, slowly the quality that you are expressing itself will get eroded. You will lose it. The moment you show, that's what the Shastras they say. They say, the moment you show your dhana, right, you lose the benefit of dhanam. Dhanam should be done how? Should not be known to anyone. It should be done in secrecy. It's a secret one. Dhanam should be given, in secrecy. Why? Don't show. Dhanam is this. Yes.
So one is okay, we lose the same unit. Other thing is maybe when I'm doing dana, then people see maybe they'll be encouraged to do it. They'll be inspired. Two of them will be inspired to do it. So is it completely wrong to show?
It is. It is wrong for you to show. It is good for them. For you, what is effect? If you are such a sacrificial person, sir, I will lose all that, but I will inspire those people. No, then you give. The phala of dana is what? The effect of dhanam you will lose. What is supposed to be the effect of dhanam? That itself we don't know. And we do charity. And people run charitable institutions without even knowing what is dhanam? Dharma. You show your dharmic aspect of your personality, you will lose dharma in you. You show your tapas, you will lose tapas. All these qualities, remember, the most precious aspects of life. These things you will lose. So dharma, okay. Dhana we started, no? Okay. Dharma, tapasna, you work out. Right? We'll see dhanam first. What is the effect of dhanam? Punya? Huh? Are you asking? If you are expecting to get punya out of dhanam, okay. If punya is the agenda of the Shastras to recommend you to do dhanam, those who have written Shastras must be from Guju only. Look at this. Like all our fellows, they say, I will give my hair, get me contract for 10 crores. What a business here. I will also give mine. And Balaji says what? I'm sorry, man. That fellow had long hair. You have a short hair. That fellow had long hair. Therefore, the contract I give it to that fellow. What sort of a deal that is, man? Because the punya, if you get, where you will go? Heaven. You know the joys of heaven? Have you had magnolia cheesecake? Blueberry cheesecake? Magnolia. Anybody?
Yeah.
Appa. At least one for. Hey, everybody of you looking at me like, not Mongolia. Magnolia. You have not had. And then raise your hand, no. Cheer. Pretending as though he is a great tapasvi, I don't know. What is that? Fraud. Cheesecake. Imagine the taste of the cheesecake, blueberry cheesecake. Is 1 unit. Okay. You will get cheesecake in heaven. That is 4.32 billion times better. 4.32 billion times better would be the quality of that Vidyarthi Bhavan masala dosa. 1 unit. In Indraloka, you go, masala dosa, taste will be what? 4.32 billion times better you are going to get. For what? Giving 10 rupees. You do 10 rupees danam here to a beggar, and you are getting what there? Vidyarthi Bhavan masala dosa is more expensive. Huh? I don't know how much is now. Huh?
75.
75, huh? My God. They've increased it. Yo. Before the increase, we should have finished now. 75 rupees. This one, cheap quality. There you will get what? 4.32 billion times better you will get for 10 rupees. Is it dhanam or greed? This is greed. But it is so interesting. All the religion in the world, every religion, one thing is common to all of them. What is it, sir? Do dhanam. Do charity. Do charity. Do charity. Why are they asking you? For this reason. So that you will get 4.32 billion times better things there, man. So it's a good investment. SIP. Systematic investment plan. Little by little by little you give, it will reach huge benefits. After you die, you will get it. Greed. Is that the phala? Is that is what is expected out of dhanams? No, that's not the reason. Then for what? Then why you have to do dhanam? There's hardly anybody inquires into this. Because it's challenging to question, how are you? Sir, if this is greed, that cannot be the reason, no. Shankara will ask you to do charity because of that. Krishna will ask you to do charity because of that. Huh? Yajnavalkya will do for this reason. No, there must be something else. Something which is far, far subtle. Find reason. Religion is to expose your attachment to the world. The job of religion is to expose your attachment, your involvement with the world. Easiest way of exposing your involvement with the world is what? Do charity. You can see in the signal, somebody will come and ask. You cannot take something and give. You know. Last 2-3 weeks back, here, I just picked up, one note came and I gave. That lady was asking, change your ma? Because by mistake, I would have given, 100 rupee note. I gave that. She thought I'm asking for change. Only then I realized, good idea. Because 10 rupee notes, 5 rupee notes are not available in the banks. I thought, correct, no, good idea. I said, do you have? Yeah. I said, give. She gave. I gave another 100. I said, keep it. She was shocked actually. She says, why? She must have thought I am off case. No, definitely confirmed this is. Just give. No. You cannot give. Why you cannot give? Or when you can give so easily?
You don't have value for it.
When you can give so easily? Charity. When do you give? Okay.
Expecting something else.
Extra.
That's local. Very, very local thinking. When do you give? No longer? That is rejection. Discarding. No, I'm asking genuinely when you give. When you give genuinely, really speaking, genuinely you feel to give and you give. When does it happen in your life?
If that person needs,
Everybody needs. Even I also need.
And you have the sense of fulfillment.
And you love that person.
Gratitude.
There's the
Showing gratitude.
That is dakshana. That's not dhanam. The lectures we give, no. Envelope, what is written there? Guru Dakshina. Dakshina is different. Dakshina comes out of gratitude. That's called Dakshina. Dhanam is not that. Okay. If you see anyone's, career, think very basic first. Then make it subtler. Everyone's career graph, if you see, first when they join for work, right, in the initial phase of their career, you will find the person, I'm just giving a rough estimate, okay, from 25 to 35, if you see, right, the effort of that person will be much more, the result will be very limited. Effort will be more, income will be less. He will slog more, income less. From 35 to 45, if you see, his effort and his income will be almost equal. From 46 to 55, if you see, if he puts in little extra effort, he will get good results. Little extra, little stretch if I do, if I stretch 2 units, I will get 6 units of benefit, return. If I continue without stretching, it will be equal. Okay. If I stretch a little more, I will get 3 times of that stretch. From 56, if you see, suddenly what happens? Even without stretching, he starts getting better returns. Okay? Now you tell me, at what point that fellow will start thinking of charity? I've given you 4 phases. In which phase? Why?
Easy to give.
Guilt.
Why?
not putting any effort.
Multiplier.
No effort.
No?
The guilt is there that I'm getting without effort.
Correct.
So I need to do something.
Something to offset that. Offset that. See, for some people, it may not be from 55. It can happen in 28 only. See, don't think, it's always be like, I'm just giving a rough estimation for you to, visualize it. But each one's career will change. Depending upon the field, depending upon so many factors. But then, these 3 phases, you have to cross. But the quality of your charity is judged not based on what you do in the 4th phase. The quality of your charity is what you do in the 1st phase. Because when you are giving that 10 rupees or when I'm giving that 100 rupees, what I'm giving is not just that 100. Remember, how much of slogging I have done to earn that 100, I am willing to part with someone for nothing. You're all with me? When I'm giving 100, it's not 100 rupees, please. It is what? The slog of mine to earn that. Wherever I have slogged, earned, along with that, I always carry a sense of legitimacy to hold it. I will not feel guilty of holding that 100 rupees. Why? Because I have slogged for it. Right?
Value of money. It is value of money.
It is tremendous value, no? For 100 I have worked, man. So, giving that 100 is equal to what? Wasting that slogging for nothing. Isn't it? Like instead of that, if I were to go and eat Vidyarthi Bhavan Masala Dosa along with Arda coffee, I can enjoy, no? Can anyone challenge me? How can you do that, man? You're such a greedy fellow. Nobody will challenge me. Why? I have worked for it. I have earned it. Now I am fully qualified to retain it, possess it. Right? The problem is when you are asked to give, what does this scriptures they recommend is you give your slogging. That is why in those days they said, bring the rice and ghee and all those things and pour in that agni. Burn it. Remember, we are talking about this yajna of fire ritual when thousands of years back, when cultivation is not such an easy task. Right? It's a hard labor. With so much of effort of 4 months slogging in the field, he gets that rice. And what this fellow says? Bring it and put it and burn it. Hey, at least somebody eats. That's what we will see, no? At least feed somebody, no? Hungry. The meat, man, it's okay. But this guy says what? Heartless Brahmin. This fellow says what? Burn it. No sense of sociality at all, actually. So many people are starving. Why don't you give that to those people, man, instead of burning? What they don't understand is the agenda is not feeding or burning, please. The purpose is what? When you take that rice and put it there, and what are they supposed to say there? Idanna mama. This is not mine. This is not mine. This is not mine. That fellow, you don't think he is so stupid not to see what's happening. He can see very clearly whatever I'm putting is turning into ashes. He's not dumb. He knows that. In spite of that, he says what? Put it there and burn it. For what? For what? For what you have to do all this, man? Because only that act will expose what? The ego and egocentric attachment that you are having towards your own efforts. So much of ego you have that you are working, you are earning. It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Burn it, you will know. That's why today, next time when you are doing Ganapati Homa, don't buy these laddus and all that. Keep that 100 rupee currencies with you. Take one by one and put. Idanna mama, you put. The priest will get a heart attack. Forget about your wife getting. Your priest will get a heart attack. That's why that Purna Ahuti when they give, they are supposed to add some things also. What these people do is they put coins. Why? Because only that will not get burnt. Put a 500 rupee note, no. 2000 rupee note, don't put now. There are people doing it also now. All the 2000 rupee note, 1000 rupee note. They are doing it in Mama sir. Wherever the phala of dhanam is what? Exposing your attachment to whatever you have earned, whatever you have acquired, to all your acquisitions. There's an attachment. Anything that you get in life. And the job of the scriptures is to expose your attachment to that. Unless you are exposed, how will you work? How will you work to get out of it? You will never work to get out of it. That's why dhanam is not judged based on what you give, what you retain. It's not how much you give that determines the quality of your dhanam, please. It is how much you have retained. Kept it there. After securing, whatever surplus is there, I'm going to share. Surplus sharing is what? You people give, clothes, no, to, have you done? Huh? All of you are done? Your clothes? Huh? How many of you iron and give?
Wash.
You wash and give, iron and give. Washing you do and give. Why? All your dirt will be visible there. You don't iron and give, no? I told her, so servant, she said, wanted to give. I said, give it for ironing. Edukku? He said, for what? Anyway, I'm going to give, no? So ironed clothes only you should have. Huh? Why can't you give iron? Okay. Next one. How many of you give, buy and give? Old clothes we give. Why you give now? Because in those days, these fellows will come to take and give some plastic dabba and all that they will give. You give old clothes, they'll take those old clothes and give you some dabba. Now those guys are not coming. So what to do? Your cupboard is full. How much you will keep? You can't keep beyond a point. What you will do now? You are cleaning the house. When you are cleaning the house, you do charity. Burn it. Don't do charity. Do you have the courage to buy and give? Buying new? Diwali I buy and give, sir. Oh, what a great man you are. At least far better. When you do that, remember, dhanam should always be done with the pinch. Remember this. Only then the dhanam effect is. If you are so comfortable giving 100 rupees, give 150. Your dhanam quality will be in that 50, not in 100. I'm so comfortable giving, sir. Give. The charity should be done. How do you do charities? Charity is done when you have slogged for it, not when you are having surplus. When you have surplus and do, that is only to offset your guilt. That is nothing to do spiritual. You're only cleaning your house. All the useless things you are dumping on somebody. Of course, they will use it. Right? But as far as you are concerned, what is it, sir? You have cleaned your house so that you can get new ones and fill it. It's not that the cupboard is going to be remaining empty. No. In another 6 months, you go and see. Packed again. Again, after 2-3 years, what happens? No place to buy and keep. So what do you do? Again, take a out and give. Again, refill. This is just out of cleaning process, or out of guilt, or out of greed. Nothing doing. Real dhanam is what? The purpose of real dhanam is to expose your attachment to wealth. Can you just part it? Of course, this is only one dimension of it. There are so many other aspects to dhanam. You know, how are you supposed to give? They say. It's amazing how the Shastras tell. When you do dhanam, you should do that with shyness. Unbelievable. You will not find a single man doing dhanam with shyness. You may ask me, Ishwara, how do you know that? For the last 30 years, I am living only looking with charity. Seeing people only for that. Otherwise, I don't meet anyone. I've yet to see one fellow who gives feeling shy. It's unbelievable. Why should you feel shy? To ask only you should feel shy, no? See, who should feel shy, man? The one who is giving or the one who is asking? The beggars will feel shy, not those who give. Stand near that one and see. Whoever is taking that 2 rupee coin, 10 rupee coin, okay, even 100 rupee note, 500 rupee note, doesn't matter how much the amount is. Look into their eyes. Do you see shyness in their eyes or you see pride? After that, you see how they look everybody. The fellow is given 10 rupees and he looks everyone. All dumb fellows. Selfish, greedy people. Look at me. Karna reincarnated. This is how he looks everyone in that, sick ignorant. No damba. What will happen, sir? When you express, when you show off your dhanam, even the little benefit that you are supposed to derive from dhanam will go away. Dhanam itself is such a difficult thing. You have done so much, but the benefit when it is about to come, your show off, lose the whole thing. It's amazing. Just to give. We tease people like that. Be careful. The Shastras, the teachers, the gurus, they tease the students to test them. If you pass, good for you. If you fail, we'll try again. You pass next level. Fail this. So how do you do that now? Yes.
So in the context of Dhanam, whatever you explained, so how do you define about the Kanya process during the wedding? So is it the same or is it different?
See, Kannika Dhanam is not like what we are doing today. Because Kannika Dhanam is banned in India. Strictly speaking. Yes, what is the minimum age? 18, huh? 21? For boy, 21. Now they are planning to increase it. I don't know whether it is already done. 18. A child, a girl, is Kannika before 14. That's the time. At that time, if you do, that is called Kannika Dhanam. Now it is not Kannika Dhanam. The boy is 38, the girl is 35. You say Kannika Dhanam? That's not a girl, that's a woman. It's not a girl, first of all. Okay, that apart. Today, what's happening? We go to the basic principle. Kannika Dhanam is treated as Dhanam. How? Any girl, philosophically speaking, we can claim that. That is why the marriage has different types. In the Shastras, they give 8 types of marriages is given. the highest form of marriage, the best form of marriage is where the boy gives a cow to the girl's father and takes the girl. I repeat, the boy gives dowry to girl's father and takes the girl. Not anything. They give only cow. Why cow? Agriculture, sir. Cattle. It's not agriculture. Then sometimes you can give bull also, no? Isn't it? Agriculture only cow da need. I can give a bull also, no? That is also needed, right? Why cow? Because a girl child is treated in by the Shastras as Mahalakshmi. Is treated as Lakshmi. When somebody is going to give Mahalakshmi herself, not money, Lakshmi, goddess of wealth. If Lakshmi goes out, who will come in? The sister will come because they are very good sisters. They will not be together. You know, that's what they say. Manmata, you know, who is Manmata? God of desire. Manmata, lust, God of lust. He is the son of Vishnu, but he is such an obedient son. If father is there, son will not be there. Wherever the father is, son will not be there. Wherever the son is, father also will not be there. Same way, the sister, no, Mahalakshmi, and her sister is there. Right? You can put your name. Bhudevi, they say. Left? Sridevi and Bhudevi. Not Bhudevi. Bhudevi, not Bhu. Wherever any girl child is viewed here as Mahalakshmi. So when somebody is willing to part that Mahalakshmi to someone, what do you call that? Normal dana? Huh? Goddess of Lakshmi. It's like I'm giving you the 500 rupee note plate, printing plate, along with paper. Stencil there, no? The plate is there, no? To emboss. That I'm giving. Like the fellow do it, dawn. Dawn, dana? Dawn. 2. Dawn 1 level. Dawn 2 is better. Dawn 1 is boring. Dawn 2 like takes the plate. Now he says what? I can keep on printing. How much ever I want, I'll print. Mahalakshmi I am giving. What would we call that as? Highest dana. Why? Who will part with Mahalakshmi? So what this guy do is, sir, we are not taking Mahalakshmi. I am replacing. Of course, it's a poor replacement. What is Kamadeva? Cow is what? Kamadeva. Where Mahalakshmi is residing. She is there also, no? So, technically speaking, I am not taking. Deal. Marriage. So what they do now? This boy gives the cow and takes the girl. And don't say exchange. No, it's a pathetic. But someone who have the courage to offer. That's why in our tradition, girl parents will never go in search of boys. You know that? Girl parents will not go. They will not go in search. The boys' parents, their family alone have to go in search of a girl. They have to go first. They will go and ask, well, when are you planning to get your daughter married? The fellow will say, not now. Why not? I have a good boy. All this. The girl side, they will not make a move first. The first move has to be made by boy. What is it now? Ask. You have to go and beg. Then the fellow says, okay, take. Or else, he has to see a Satpatra. When he sees someone who is worthy, he goes on offers. That's how before Kanika Dana, you will find this tradition of this boy going, Kashi Yatra, there will be one. Kashi Yatra, they think, he got frustrated in life. He's going, then this man goes and says, no, don't go to Kashi. Please come, I will get you married. Don't take sannyas. To take sannyasa, you don't go to Kashi. Kashi, when the fellow goes, that means what? Huh?
Studying.
He is going for higher education. He is going abroad. Before the fellow goes for abroad. Because they know, the moment he goes there, what does it mean? If he will not come. That is correct. That fellow will go so high in his Vidwatam. After that, it's very difficult to catch him. So before he goes itself, what do? Get him married. Then we say what? Go together. But our fellows have done what? Take a U-turn and come back. Useless fellows. Kashi Yatra is nothing but US Yatra. Before you go, get them married. Why? Because he is fired with that knowledge. The thirst for more knowledge is there in him. Such a qualified person, when the man sees, he says, that is the guy I would like to have for my daughter. That's another one. In certain yajnas, they do that. They perform certain yajnas. This Vedavids will come there. The Ritviks will come there to perform the yajna. In that yajna, they give during that time. So various situations are there. But essentially, why it is called as dana is because in our tradition, a lot of us think, girls were oppressed in this country. I don't know from where you got that notion, but tradition is any girl child is treated here as Mahalakshmi has come. Lakshmi is born in the house. This is the way it is seen. When someone who gives 100 rupees gets this much, imagine the one who gives Mahalakshmi away. That is why those who have done for Kanika Dana, those parents, this is our tradition. It's not my statement. It's all there in the scriptures. If a person were to have only girl child, right, no sadhana for him required. Get her married, straight, by Vaikuntha for him. Free entry. Special entry permit they have, the countries, the diplomatic things and all, they'll have special entry permit. Those who have done Kanika Dana, we should not have boy. If there is only girl child. If anybody has like that, you can stop attending classes. You can. 2. You can spare. If anybody wants, they can take from Suresh. He has one extra ticket. Straight entry into Vaikuntha. No need of anything. Amazing. Because the problem is, look at the beauty of these people. Imagine if there is no son, what will happen to them after they die? Who will do their final rites? Who is going to give them, every year, Shraddham to be done, Amavasya Tarpanam to be done, this, and all those things? Who will do? Right? Suddenly there is a vacuum, no? How beautifully they feel that. They say, no. These guys don't really need all that. Why? That is why Putra sound is not male, it's child. Now, most of us think, people aspire for Putra means we think it is, they all want only male child. Those who have studied the Shastra will not ask for male child, they will ask for what? Girl child. Bhrigu asked for what? He said, I want a girl. Vishnu said, I will come. Anyway, you will come. Why? If she is there, you will come behind her. We know about you. You will come. Wherever she goes, you will come there. No? What is my problem? Janaka, very girl, straight realization. Vaikuntha, moksha for him. No, we are all Shaivites. Okay, Shiva. You say we don't. Imagine, if a fellow is liking Shiva, put him in Vaikuntha is a torture to him. Isn't it? Imagine a Veera Shaivite, put him in Vaikuntha. That's hell. One Iyengar fellow put him in, Shivaloka. Torture. They say, no. You will go to that particular one. No, that's no problem. Straight entry there. And then we claim what? These people were not having any respect to women. I don't know what more to say. See, the Kandika Dhanam is that. And then procedure is there. There is a procedure of doing it and all that. That's a different style. The small details. But the principle is this. You get it?
So when in Dhanam, the genuinity of the receiver, is that also considered?
No. We don't care about the receiver. You don't look into the receiver. One of the qualifications for Dhanam is the one who is incapable of reciprocating alone should be given. You should be given Dhanam. Dhanam, one of the qualifications. That's why I said Dhanam has many aspects. You see, there are so many dimensions to that, charity. One of the qualifications for right patra, sat patra we say, you should look into the sat patra and give, which is exactly contradicting to what I said just now. Let's say if you follow my class carefully, every 15 minutes, whatever I said earlier will be contradicted. No one can be as confusing as what I speak. I can challenge. Only one fellow can be better than me. Who? Swami. Only a mad fellow. One fellow who can compete with me is the mad guy. He is the one who will contradict maximum. There is contradiction. Why so much of contradiction? That's the style of the Shastra. The style of the Shastra is to contradict. And in that contradiction, it triggers you to think. Taddure tadantike. Either say it is far or you say near. It is far and near. How can something be far and near? A contradiction. You have to look into the Satpatra and do charity. At the same time, one of the properties, one of the qualifications for the Satpatra is the one who is incapable of reciprocating to you. That's why when you do charity to your mate, when you give, you think you are doing charity. Straight away out. Why? Your mate is capable of reciprocating. Isn't it? They are capable of reciprocating. So, to whom you should do charity? who cannot reciprocate, who are incapable of producing anything. One. At the same time, they go to another aspect of the receiver is he should be a Satpatra. Who is a Satpatra? Who is the right? Who is qualified?
Can assess.
How do you assess? Of course, only you have to assess. Why? Because you are the one who is going to give. On what basis you will assess? How do you define who is right? Needy? Those who need? Because you do charity based on today what? Say, there are 4 beggars coming and asking you, who do you give? You don't give to all 4, no? You choose somebody to give. Is it just impulse? Or you make some calculation? What is your calculation? Old people, they are crippled, handicapped, yeah, crippled. Those people there, they cannot do anything, sir. Therefore, you take pity on them and you give. Is it Satpatra? Huh? That is discouraged in the Shastra. They look heartless. You see, such a difficult topic, charities. To speak on real charity, not easy. So how do you define who is the Satpatra? Who is the right Patra? Who is the right person to receive your charity? Obviously, me. So give it to me. A few years back, one fellow, nothing in this house is mine, sir. I said, transfer to my name. Allah. After that, the fellow disappeared from the class. He never came back. You're a dangerous fellow, he is. And then what? Nothing is yours, no? Or it is all Maya, everything is illusion. I say, for you, it's illusion. No, for me, it's real. I said, this is my PAN card, Aadhaar card I gave. He is asking for what you are giving me all this. If you want to do the name transfer, no? Don't make a spelling mistake. One fellow gave a check, a spelling mistake. The bank rejected. Now I can't find that guy. And if it is a check for 100 rupees, I wouldn't have bothered. Few extra zeros were there. What is interesting? I'm genuinely feeling, I missed that money. See, anyway, it's not there. I told myself, hey, anyway, it's not there. What difference does it make? Somebody named wrong spelling, what is the problem now? I had to go to that fellow, find out that guy and tell him, this is the spelling. How do you define who is the right person to receive charity? Google it. You don't Google, no? ChatGPT. You can try ChatGPT also. You will not find answer for this. 1 week I'll give you. You'll see. How do you define who is the right person? One aspect I have given you, right? One facet of it. One facet of the receiver is who is incapable of reciprocating something to you. Reciprocation can be material, physical, emotional, intellectual, something they'll give. At least they'll say, Nalla, then go. That reciprocation you get, no. Something you get. Incapable of all that. Should be the one aspect. Then the same Shastras give you the idea of you have to do charity to Satpatra. You have to look into the Patra. How do you define Patra? Next week, Patra.